Hey guys, my name's Alston. I'm a self-taught videographer based in the San Francisco Bay Area, and today we're going to be checking out my $5,000 wedding film shot in Geyserville, California. I'll be walking through the entire project timeline on Adobe, commenting on the edit and how everything was pieced together. All right, let's check it out. Alright, so before we get into this, I do want to mention that the full video is in the description below. I'll also put a card up here if you want to watch it uninterrupted because I'm going to do a lot of pausing and commenting over the video. But anyways, here are the details to the wedding video package. And now we're going to get into Cassandra and Mikey's wedding film.
Now, by the power vested in me by the state of California and by universallifechurch.org, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
So yes, they officially married during the pandemic and did a viewing over Zoom, so I wanted to add that in. And that brings us here.
Catching the light from the window, looking up, you were driving slow. I can see through it all with my eyes closed. We were never meant to be alone. Needed remembering I'm not on my own.
So when editing, I actually try to finish the main story first, and any unused B-roll can be used in the montages, like this one.
I want to welcome everyone. I appreciate
added in some speeches.
In attending today. Thank you very much.
If we could just toast to the happy couple to many years of happiness and warmth.
I really hope you have a really great marriage and really great life together.
To a life full of yes.
Let's keep it simple.
More montage leading up to nice drone shot right here. I don't think I mentioned this before, but the name of the venue is Geyserville Inn.
Fun just about this morning is to see this transformation with my friends and I, and just with myself too, of that it can be a surprise for Cassandra too when I show up, and our whole crew is going to be looking so good and so like ready for the big day.
All right, so you could already start to see the structure. Montage leading to the getting ready portion of the day, and it was really nice to have a talking point from Mikey that guides us to that part of the story. And this is really cool. They had their hair cut in the morning. Over to Cassandra.
Really, today, it is what it is, and it'll go how it goes.
And same thing here. She's saying what's on her mind.
That we did do will pay off. And all the nights of waking up at like 3 a.m. being like, oh my God, the table arrangements or something like that. I think it really is all coming together.
Again, saying what's on her mind. In this case, it's the decorations, so perfect opportunity to throw that in there.
It's been a long time since you've had a haircut that wasn't done with me, that wasn't botched. So I am very excited to see you in your fresh cut. And I don't know, in your suit, the cute little pocket square. They're really good. Don't be late.
So again, just letting the dialogue guide the story. And here I'm relying on the music to get us through the rest of the getting ready shots. Now leading to the ceremony.
Friends and family, we have gathered here to celebrate the union Cassandra Megan Wong Oi Lan Yi and Michael Arlen Choate Wambach. This is the day you were waiting for, the celebration you both deserve.
I'll get you home.
I love this soundtrack, by the way. I bought a single license from MusicBed just for this project.
Just grown together by themselves, but in a rich community of family and friends. The fact that we all traveled here today is a testament to how much we believe in their relationship.
You really value all of your relationships and all of your friendships. So I knew whoever you'd end up with would be so lucky. because pouring out love and expressing how you feel towards others came so naturally to you.
I think this is a really good combination of using music and dialogue to guide the story. Just talking about structure, we've got dialogue from the maid of honor. In terms of speeches, hers was the longest and most personable, so there was more to work with. So that's why I feature her in this section of the film. And we've got the officiant too, and I'm using that with the low-key parts of the song to move things along with the ceremony. And as usual, when there's no dialogue, that's when lyrical parts of the song come in. And that's what I love about this track. It has these beats, this rhythm that makes it easy to switch from instrumentals to lyrics back to instrumentals.
I want to take a moment here to mention that not everybody who wanted to be here could be here, notably Bob Kagan. While Bob was able to attend the Zoom wedding, we wish that he was here with us in Geyserville.
Stand next to you when you're in the fire.
Cassandra, Bob would have been so proud of you both tonight and how far you've come. You've overcome some extreme obstacles in the last 2 years, but again, you and Mikey did it together.
I'll get you home.
It's been a challenge, not because of our relationship, because of life, but I think that we're much stronger because of it. And I don't know, I see our lives together forever, and I know that sounds so cheesy, but I don't know, life really throws it at us, and we always make it work coming back to each other.
So this is obviously a very sensitive part of the film. Showcasing the loss of a loved one is tricky because you want to honor that person but still come back to a positive note in the edit. So we have our officiant, let's see right here, our officiant talking about it. Then we come to this really beautiful part of the song.
Could be here.
With some pictures of Bob. And I thought it made sense to have one picture of just him and then a picture with him and everyone else. I did the whole vintage looping film strip effect to get there, very commonly used as a callback to the past. You could make the footage black and white, you could add grain to it. I kept it as is, and again, the song is just great for this part.
Next to you.
Like the lyrics are perfect.
When you're in the fire.
And then we film burn transition our way to our
Cassandra, Bob would
maid of honor, who also talks about Bob but starts to shift the narrative by bringing it back to our couple. And at this point, I think it's already enough in a positive, heartfelt note that we could make our way to the first dance here. But then we've got this snippet of Cassandra here from the getting ready portion adding on to the dialogue. And what's great here is that even though they're completely separate pieces of dialogue, it connects because our maid of honor mentions challenges that they've gone through together. And then
it's been a challenge, not because of our relationship, because of life.
She's giving context to those challenges.
We're much stronger because...
And finding those kind of puzzle pieces of dialogue and figuring out if they fit is like finding a needle in a haystack, honestly. It was pure luck that I was able to see that, but what the maid of honor said is key to making this work. She's bringing the narrative back to a positive note. Then Cassandra brings it home. Also, we've already seen this version of her earlier in the film, so we could break that linearity by cutting to this without it seeming too random. And it makes a lot of sense to have this sequence end with Cassandra because the showcasing of Bob is for her and her family.
Like, make it work coming back to each other.
And right here, we reach this high point of the song paired with the first dance. The main shot I like a lot, but I set the focus a little too far. unfortunately. So the crowd is sharper than Cassandra and Mikey, which isn't too bad because I have right here these other angles. And for context, tripod was that still shot. I had it set behind the main table where the bride and groom would sit. My second shooter were these angles right there. And I had another telephoto lens and I was aiming it at the people to get reactions, but you know, I didn't add those in there. I really like the timing here. That like piano hit at the kiss.
Love only endures when it moves like waves, receding and returning gently or passionately, or moving lovingly like the tide.
So we've got Cassandra's mom sharing a poem about love during the ceremony, but it's also being used as a way to almost montage our way through other parts of the ceremony, like this here. And I wanted to call
predictable harmony, because finally
this part here, Cassandra and Mikey did a performance as their vows instead of the usual verbal vows, and that's what made this edit a bit tricky. I rely a lot on dialogue to move the story forward, because without it, it's easy to fall into too many sequences of just B-roll and music, and then all you have is this pretty looking slideshow. But to that point, one thing that could help are like candid shots, people laughing and talking amongst themselves. But anyways, for most couples I've seen, when they do their vows, they also talk about how they met, how they've grown together, and they essentially tell their whole story. And if you get that dialogue, then it's really easy to edit around. That's why most wedding films revolve around the vows. And then it's just cutting in and out to different parts of the day till you get to some sort of climax, whatever that looks like. In order to get more dialogue, I carved out some time to get Cassandra and Mikey to talk on camera during the getting ready portions of the day, which you've already seen, and luckily it worked out great because they're so natural on camera. I literally just asked them, like, what's on your mind? And they just went with it. It's something that I try to do regardless of there being verbal vows or not, so I have more to work with. But for this film, I've got that, the officiant, and the speeches as my arsenal of dialogue to work with.
Adults' deepest wrongs. They are openly free to be who they really are, and always secretly were. In the very core of their being, where true and lasting love can alone abide.
Again, lyrical parts of the song, moving things along. To the cake cutting, that's an essential to add in. I really like this part. They did the parachute game. And then the dancing portion. I wish I put a light to give the crowd a bit more level, but it's okay. Okay, so this is cool. It gives more of a casual feel to it. What I did was I attached a small video light to my camera with a wide angle lens, ultra wide, and told Cassandra and Mikey to do video selfies. I figured people are shy on camera, but if it's the bride and groom doing it, then they're not so shy. They want to be part of it. If you guys want to try this, do it at your own risk. I trust them. Plus, I followed the camera, so if it were to drop, I might be able to catch it, but you could also attach a lanyard to it too for safety. Montaging our way to the ceremony kiss. And yeah, it's like, I kind of like matched it there. It's like, oh, they're gonna kiss, grabs in for the kiss, and then grabs in for the kiss. So it's like a nice match cut there. In a way, it's a match cut. Drum shot. And yeah, this was my favorite stage shot, so that's why I ended with it. And yeah, that is the end of the film. So just a quick overview of a few things, starting with color grading. I used Phantom LUTs by Joel Famularo as my base, then I corrected over that to make sure exposure is good and everything matches. These LUTs are amazing. You don't even need an extra Rec 709 conversion because the LUT itself converts and builds the look on top of that. Highly recommend these LUTs to speed up your workflow. I use it for literally everything, even my regular YouTube content. Looks great every time. I'm not an affiliate, I'm just telling it how it is. My filmmaking gear could easily be its own video, but to make things quick, I am a Sony user. I have the FX3, I'm actually using it to record right now, and the A7 IV. I use standard zoom lenses from Zeiss, and I have a 24-105. All of them are at f4, which is more than enough for my needs. I also have a telephoto 70-300 variable aperture. For weddings, I like to have at least 3 to 4 cameras total. So for this wedding, I borrowed an A7 III, and it worked out great, but it was a little bit of a challenge matching the colors to the rest of the footage. There's this weird magenta hue to it. For the rest of my gear, I usually have a kit.co link in the description of my video, so feel free to check that out, or comment down below if you want to see a full video of me going over my gear. And again, for music, I got that second track from MusicBed, and the first one is from ARTLIST. ARTLIST is the one I have a membership with. It covers most of my needs, and whenever I have a particular project like this wedding, I'll look around MusicBed for other options and grab a single-use license if the budget allows, which it did. And aside from all the little nitpicks I mentioned earlier, I feel like a lot of my shots are medium focal length and centered. That's just what I like. So next time around, having different angles, wider focal lengths, using rule of thirds more would help out a lot. More shots of the environment too, like the trees, the vineyard. That would have worked really well with the second song since it's slower. But I really do like the structure of the edit. It's really easy to follow because we started with an opening montage, then follow the day as it happened from the getting ready portion to the ceremony to the dancing. So it's very chronological, but we also cut in and out to staged B-roll and dialogue to break the linearity and mix it up so it's not too predictable. Anyways, big shout out to Cassandra and Mikey for being such amazing clients and for letting me do this. Thanks to you guys for watching. Hope this breakdown was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or extra feedback, and I will see you guys on the next one.